Looks like somebody's been not really honest about this particular, well, epic, some people might say, publication. Can you believe it's 5 years since this? That's right, Forces for Change, the magazine article guest editor, which was fronted, of course, by Meghan Markle. A farcical, real sort of episode when you think about it, because, well, let's be honest, she'd never guest edited anything before, and really this was all the idea behind the then editor, Edward Enninful. He thought, well, let's get in with her, we might be able to raise some sales. Now, it's been billed as one of the fastest selling issues of the magazine, and apparently in the last decade. I would dispute that personally, because having worked in many different studios and offices, Vogue is distributed freely in those free magazine racks in those executive lounges. So one might suspect that they're confusing exactly sales with free giveaways. But this is where it becomes a little bit more alarming. Let me explain. Good to see you today. Thank you so much on a beautiful sunny day. You all right? Not bad, thank you. And also, I'm glad you really enjoyed the video about the Warzone coffees. Yeah, I agree with you totally. When did going out for a coffee now suddenly become a battle, eh? I find it really intrusive. So I'm glad so many people put this about when you're being served and you're being videoed and you think, look, I'm not a criminal. I know they are, many of them, and there's many people out there taking what they want and all that sort of stuff. That's not mine and your problem. I find it really terrible that every sort of step of the way now, and have you noticed as well with security men, you turn up and they're looking at you as if you're a shoplifter. You think, no, look at the geezer there walking out with all the boxes of booze. That's the thing that annoys me. You look like an easy option because maybe you can't move around as much, or do you know what I mean? Yes, you get it, don't you? But thank you, totally, thank you. Back as ever, of course, to your royal story of the day. Now, as I say, this was this big force of change, all that sort of stuff. Now, what I find fascinating about this is somebody is not actually being very truthful. No shock there, of course, in the world of Meghan Markle, as one can imagine. Never the truth is a problem. But when Meghan was the guest editor, they did this video of, oh, we drank lots of green tea and lots of discussions. Well, what it turned out was that Meghan got to put people that she was desperate to have on the front cover. People that she thought were going to be influential to her. And when you think about it, and I pointed this out, at the time, the most influential person, I would say, literally in the world, with a vast experience of meeting people and just sage, wise knowledge, would that be, of course, the late monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. Yes, not a fashionista, but who cares about that? The woman has lived and had a story. Wonderful when you think, but no, apparently not good enough to appear. Now, according to a very well-placed source who no longer works for Vogue, but was around at that time, it was suggested to Meghan that Catherine, the Princess of Wales, but not then, of course, the Duchess of Cambridge, would be a great inclusion. And apparently this conversation did take place. And Catherine very nicely and very wisely suggested, thank you for the offer, but surely that really should go to the Queen. Apparently there was a silence. Yes. A silence from Meghan, just a silence. Now, maybe she thought by doing that and including Catherine, that would cement some kind of friendship. And as ever, we have to say allegedly. But the bottom line was there was no further conversation about it. And according to that source, Catherine only knew that herself and the Queen weren't included upon publication. Now, we know all thanks to the book of exactly what went on and the problems that ensued behind the scene that Meghan didn't like. And as ever, nothing comes without a battle. But yes, there was never going to be an opportunity, apparently, all thanks to Meghan, for the Queen not being included. Now, the only other person that could verify this would be the then editor, who's now some sort of editor-at-large at Vogue, Edward Enninful, being Now, the only person that could dispute this, of course, or set the record straight, is now the editor-at-large at Vogue, who's now, of course, been disposed from the throne as the editor and some kind of, roving editor, whatever you want to call him. He would know the truth, but he's actually never come out and backed up that story, albeit, though, very keen to be photographed alongside all senior royals. Either way, once again, this whole very, well, shall we say, unsavoury episode is shrouded in mystery. Which version do you believe? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.